Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Coming up on today's show, a look at PGA Hope and one of its recent graduations. PGA Hope is a program that's been around for a while. It's to help patriots everywhere, specifically military veterans. And we'll talk to people from the PGA section, the local section, about how they're involved, what they've been doing, and what it means, not just to the veterans, but also to PGA professionals in the Philadelphia area. Also, one of our partners, Montco Golf, recently made a very significant contribution to an historical landmark in the area. And coming up also, our Teed Off panel will talk about some courses that, simply put, aren't around anymore. You'd be surprised at how long that list is. That and a lot more. Next, right here on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirsttphiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company. Quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
Golf is the great equalizer. For many, this journey is an escape from reality, a chance to be part of a team, a career opportunity. PGA Reach impacts lives through golf by lifting people up, giving them hope, and sending them down an alternate path that they never saw coming. With PGA Reach Philadelphia, as in life and in golf, the most important shot you take is the next one.
Students in our program learn a lot about leadership and how to become a leader.
We have good cause, we've got great kids and people.
It teaches young people not only golf, but the life lessons that golf teaches us.
I've been a better person throughout my career in golf.
We're teaching kids how to be better kids, how to be better people, and to build better communities.
Respect, honesty, courtesy, integrity, judgment.
Not only does it give kids a jump start on the game of golf, but maybe a little bit of a jump start on the game of life.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. Recently, the Philadelphia section of the PGA of America conducted a graduation event for PGA Hope participants. These were a bunch of military veterans who got involved with the game of golf. In fact, they had a little event over at Indian Springs in South Jersey. Now, the weather wasn't cooperating, but it didn't put a damper on the day for these great military veterans and some great members of the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
The length of your backswing and the length of your follow through to match, so you want to accelerate through the ball a little bit. So much better. That was great. Come on. Oh, yay! See? Good. Easy as that.
Thanks so much for coming out tonight to our PGA Hope graduation. If you wouldn't mind, a nice round of applause for all our professionals that came out tonight to help us out. Our format this evening, we are going to be playing a scramble. So our golf professionals, you can use their shot as many times as you like, and you can blame them if you win or lose, which is fantastic, right?
You know, this program's grown. You got 3 different chapters here in the Philadelphia section. But I think more importantly, you got to look at the weather and these veterans that were out here participating in it. Not one of them mentioned anything about the weather. They were just happy that Indian Spring put this on, that the Philadelphia section put that on, and they had a chance to hang around and be around our fellow veterans. That's what's part of it, is the rehab process.
Chris, great way to put it. Leila Mackey, how long has the PGA and veterans groups been together under this umbrella called PGA Hope?
Yeah, so the PGA Hope program is a national program. It stands for Helping Our Patriots Everywhere, and it's under our foundation, PGA Reach Philadelphia, under our military pillar. So it's a 6-week program, and it really helps veterans reconnect with their community, and also it's a great rehabilitation activity for those veterans that may have a disability. So it's great for anybody with PTSD, or if they have an amputation or anything. It's a great way for them to get out, exercise, and also really connect with other veterans. So.
I would imagine because veterans stay together past their time of duty, word of mouth is probably the biggest thing you have going for you in terms of getting maybe some new guys involved.
Absolutely. We have 3 chapters and we're looking to grow them. So we have one in Harrisburg, one in Marlton, New Jersey at Indian Spring Country Club, and one in Bensalem Township at Bensalem Township Country Club. So we're always looking for new veterans, and we're looking to expand the program. We have over 150 veterans that we've served so far. So if you're interested, you can visit our website, and we'd love to impact more veterans as much as we can.
And members of the Philadelphia section of the PGA intimately involved as they were at Indian Spring when they had the little event for the former military personnel, and what's their reaction to it?
Absolutely, it's great. You know, we have a lot of guys that are really passionate about the military, either their father or them themselves have served in the military, and they help out. So this program is really, a crucial part of it is having PGA professionals to serve as the instructors for each of the clinics. So that's kind of one of our biggest pieces of the program is having our PGA pros involved. And we had, you know, over 15 of them help out this year, and I'm sure it'll just get bigger as we continue to grow.
Is it something that some of these veterans feel like, I could never do that, and by the time they're done, maybe 5 or 6 weeks, they say, wow, you know, this is something that probably I should have gotten involved with a long time ago?
Absolutely. We've had a lot of really, really heartwarming stories and positive stories come out of the program, you know, whether it's veterans that weren't able to get off their couch before, or really didn't feel like they had a sense of community, and then they meet people and they feel like they can be social again, and then people that have never played before, oh, there's no way I can do that, and then they end up, you know, playing a full round by the end of it, and you know, it's just accomplishing something that they never thought they could do.
Well, you know, golf has a way of bringing together people who never thought, one, that they would perhaps meet somebody like they do on the golf course, and 2, enjoy the game as much as they do. Sounds like PGA Hope is doing just that.
Absolutely.
All right, stay with us. More to come on Inside Golf. Next up, one of our partners makes a significant contribution to a national landmark.
An emotional connection to the surroundings.
Who are you?
Whoa! Hey, do you guys want to come with us?
Welcome back to Inside Golf. Recently, for the 14th straight year, a group of people were participants in Rev Run. That's a run that's held through Valley Forge Park. And one of our partners was involved in presenting a significant contribution to the park to help to keep up with things like maintenance. Here's Rachel Riley with the full story.
The Valley Forge Revolutionary 5-mile run completed its 14th year in 2019, and the organization that runs the race, the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board, held a check presentation at Valley Forge National Historical Park at the von Steuben Monument, and this year they handed over a record-setting amount and yet another largest donation to date.
Wow. $56,500. Wow. So when I first started this race 14 years ago, I was just a runner and a volunteer, and it's grown so many ways since I've started.
So how much has the tourism board contributed total over the 14 years?
So we just hit actually $458,000 in the 14 years of its run. And then with next year's contributions, we'll hit the $500,000 mark, which is just chilling for me.
And so talk about next year. You unveiled the rebranded logo. What's going on for the 15th?
Yep, so the 15th anniversary, there'll be a lot of surprises in there. We're not going to reveal all of them right now, but yeah, we did do a new logo for the 15th anniversary. We're very proud that it's 15 years in running. It's very hard to do that these days with, just a little 5-mile race, but it's got such a connection to this community and to this place that it continues to grow both in registrants and sponsorships. So we're very exciting for 15, and we've got our sights set high.
And what do you think it is that keeps folks coming back? This is the only race that's run entirely in a national park, and the community really loves it.
Right, it is. I mean, there's other races that come in and zip in and out of the park, but we are tip to tail through the park, and that's something to be said. I mean, that's very unique in its own ways. It's 5 miles, which is a different kind of distance. It's not a 5K. And then this is a community neighborhood park for a lot of people, so they usually use this to train anyway. So I think they believe that they can give back the money through the registration fees and able to give back to see what they, their footprints when they get here on a daily basis.
And there's so much to do here at the park. Talk a little bit about that throughout the year, not just Rev Run, and you can train for Rev Run here.
That's right, you can train for Rev Run, but you can also do a 1,000 different things here. There's tons of trails. There's biking, there's trolley tours, there's ranger-led walks, there's bird walks, there's crayfish core. There's all kinds of things you can do in the park that you can, as a community member, support and either tour and learn the history or do recreation and sort of sponsor yourself.
And that's partly why it attracts national and international visitors here.
Yes, this story, more times than not, people understand Valley Forge and they're not really sure what they know about Valley Forge, and once they come here, it's a completely manageable story for them for the aha moment.
This generous contribution from the Tourism Convention Board will improve the visitor experience this summer and into the future. Valley Forge provides the perfect backdrop for filling and refilling your healthy living prescription. The Rev Run is a perfect event to honor those that fought for our independence and to connect to nature.
Superintendent, what does it mean for Rev Run to be held here in the park and to the park with these funds that come every year?
Oh, it's just a wonderful thing. I mean, it's all about commemorating what happened here, connection for our visitors, our runners, and community. The community is highly involved in this run, and it just brings everything together for everything that Valley Forge represents.
And talk about some of the improvement projects that it's helped here at the park, including where we're standing right now.
Oh, absolutely. So over $450,000 in the last 14 years has just been truly amazing. The Tourism and Convention Board has been able to do that for us. And right here at the Von Steuben Plaza, we were able to renovate this plaza, which was in disrepair a couple years ago. So the funds from that project, from that run, came to this project, and it's just a wonderful place. And so that not only were we able to rehabilitate the plaza, we were able to put some walls in, and it's now a trailhead for the Grand Parade Trail system. So it's not only a place of significance for General Von Steuben, but also a launching point for our visitor, for our community to experience the park.
And there's been other things too, some signage, the theater. What other contributions has it helped?
Yes, so it's helped maintain Sullivan's Bridge, which is the bridge between the Schuylkill River Trail and Valley Forge over the Schuylkill River. It's the Midway Kiosk, which provides information to park visitors as they park in our visitor center parking lot, and walking up to the visitor center, they can hit the kiosk and get oriented pretty quickly. Funding for living history, the clothing that our employees wear for our programs. Historic Philadelphia Incorporated and their storytelling benches is also funded out of it. And then we have the park theater upgrades. So we've got funding this year and next year to upgrade our theater system for our new 5 park films.
What a great day. It's a little warm, but that didn't stop any of us from coming out and enjoying this incredible scenery. I hope before you leave today, everyone will stop and come stand here and just take a deep breath. Just be here for a minute.
Superintendent, you run this race. What's it like to run Rev Run?
Oh, it's the best run out there. I mean, it is fantastic. I mean, it's a 5-mile run through an iconic setting, a commemorative landscape that it's 100% in the park. As you're running by the huts, you're running by monuments, you're running up the hills, the same places that the Continental soldiers were at, where General Washington was at, where General Von Steuben was at. I mean, where else can you do that?
Stay tuned for more on next year's 15th anniversary Rev Run at valleyforge.org. But of course, you don't have to wait until next April to enjoy all that the park has to offer and train right here at Valley Forge National Historical Park. For the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board, I'm Rachel Riley.
Well, if you like the idea of doing a run through Valley Forge Park, next year will be the 15th annual. Get involved. All right, stay with us. Up next, Teed Off, and the panel's talking about lost courses in the Philadelphia area. Do you have any favorites on that list? I think it's 127 that Pete and Joe have compiled. Welcome back. Inside Golf continues. Here we are at Bluestone Country Club in Bluebell, Pennsylvania. Right behind us, the beautiful 18-hole layout. And if you would like more information about becoming a member here at Bluestone, go to their website. They have still a 2-year membership incentive program that may interest you. That website is bluestonecc.com. And sooner or later, you could be sitting right like we are on the patio at Country House at Bluestone. The head pro at Bluestone, Chris Gardner's back with us. Pro, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
How's play out here? It looks fantastic.
It is a little hot today, but we have plenty of play out here. We've had a good May and June.
Absolutely. Joe Logan, myphillygolf.com is here.
It's good to be here.
Good to see you again. As always, Bob Shepard.
Right.
He's a familiar voice and face here at Teed Off.
Thank you.
PGA professional, author.
Right.
He's got it all going for him. Good to see you. You know, we had a show recently here on Inside Golf, a sit-down with Pete Trenum, former head pro at St. David's, and he is the historian for the Philadelphia section of the PGA America, and his good buddy Joe Bausch, who happens to be a professor at Villanova. In fact, he's the vice chairman of the chemistry department. But those two guys know more about Philadelphia golf history than probably any 10 guys that we could name. And Pete has compiled a list, and Joe, I know you're familiar with it because you do some work with Joe Bausch, of almost 130 golf clubs in the Philadelphia area that date back to the turn of the previous century that are either no longer in existence, have changed their names, or have changed their names and moved someplace else. Do you have any favorites on that list? I think it's 127 that Pete and Joe have compiled.
When you first mentioned this topic, I jotted down a few courses that just came to mind, at the top of my mind. And yes, Island Green, which was in the old Bud Company shop.
And that wasn't that long ago.
Right.
That we're talking like 15 years ago.
Center Valley up in Allentown was a very nice course. I missed the Cedar Brook short course right off of 309. It was a par 3 course that had great, it wasn't like little short par 3s. They had some long par 3s. Blue Heron Pines East, which was Steve Smyers.
It was part of a 36-hole layout,
Yes.
and now Ron Jaworski still has 18 holes across the street.
Beech Tree, which was right down in Maryland.
That's a new one. That sounds like a chewing gum.
No, it was a great golf course.
It was a beech nut. Right?
It's now part of a military base.
Really?
Yes.
And where was that?
Just over the line into Maryland.
Like down toward Havre de Grace, or
Yeah,
down
just
that
past
way?
it. Just past that on the right, about 10 miles on the right.
Which is where Bully Rock is.
It was a Tom Doak course, you know, the great Tom Doak.
Absolutely.
But it couldn't survive, and it's gone.
It's gone.
It is now part of a
condominiums.
A
No.
military.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like barracks or something.
No kidding.
Or that naval testing ground. And the last one, Three Little Bakers down in Delaware.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
name?
Yeah. And that's just the ones that I right off the top of my head.
I know.
There's a lot more.
You spend too much time with Pete Trenum and Joe Bausch.
Right.
Chris, I know you have a favorite on the list.
I'm a little partial to Bluestone.
Right
to be honest
here?
with you. Yeah, right here.
Which was?
2016 through 2016, we were known as Meadowlands Country Club. Rich history for almost 70 years. And 2017, our ownership decided to change the name to Bluestone for being in Bluebell, Pennsylvania, and the nice, wonderful stone.
The country house here.
Country house that we have here to call home. So Bluestone it's got a nice ring to it. It's done very well for us here from a membership standpoint, and from to tie it with the Bluebell Inn, which is right now on the corner there. Everything kind of ties together, and I think it's been great for us.
Right. Any other? I don't know if you've had a chance to see that list, but you have a little bit of a history here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, well, I worked at Lanark Country Club as an assistant, and if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a time where they were either considering or did call themselves the Philadelphia Athletic Club.
Okay.
And, you know, that would have been a very interesting title.
And if I'm not mistaken, they had 27 holes at one time,
Right.
Lanark, and sold off some of that land
Exactly.
in Havertown.
Right.
Shep, you know, you probably have been to more courses in the world, let alone in the Philadelphia area, than all of us combined. I'm sure you have, like Joe, a rather sizable list of courses that are either no longer here or have been moved around.
Yeah. I tell you, the ones I thought about, like Joe did, I thought, give me the ones that, or let me give you the ones that had history to them. So, like Eagle Lodge with Eddie Bowl
Oh, I
and
forgot
those
about
guys.
Yeah.
There was a whole, just a slew of guys used to go over there and work there
And,
too.
and the section championship used to be there every
Always
year,
there.
right?
It was a great course, a lot of fun.
And it's still there as Ace Club.
It's Ace Club now.
And redone
yeah.
by Gary Player, right?
Yes, exactly. Then there's Edgemont with Eddie Doherty.
Learn to
Al
play the
Boykas.
game.
Who could be a better course than that? I mean, that's a great golf course.
Forgot
And
that.
that's, I don't know what that is now, Park or whatever. Oak Terrace with the Joe Paul and his dad Wally. Yeah, and then the Warrington Golf Club up there with
That's
Alan
their clubhouse is a catering facility.
Now,
You
yeah.
can go to a wedding there. You can't bring your golf clubs.
That's Art Warrig and Alan Shankin. They ran that for a few years. Both good players. Then you have Tamiment with the Yanovich. Vince and his brother, he just was a pro for 50 years now. Gene Yanovich up at Tamiment was a great golf course. And then you got Mount Pocono, right there with Greg Wall and those guys. I mean, Art
Mount
Wall-
Pocono's gone?
Gone. They're some sort of a swimming club now, or
No kidding.
yeah, some sort of a wave.
You know, there's in Cheltenham Township, you know, Melrose, and right across the street was
Ashburn.
Ashburn, gone.
Absolutely gone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ashburn.
Yeah,
That's another-
Ashburn's another one
Another
that
golf
had those big oak trees as you come in
Yep.
the driveway. Remember,
Yep,
very
beautiful.
stately,
Right.
Well,
hilly
very-
golf course.
Very close by to us. I mean, just down the road, Center Square.
Center Square, and
Yeah,
I
that-
know Shep used to give lessons there
Yeah, that just got
and
buried.
do some other things, but
Yeah,
you know, including play golf.
Play golf and everything. Yeah.
But Center Square, it's now a housing development, right? I mean, it's just gone.
And
And that's-
Ashburn, the fairways were so narrow you had to walk down single file.
Right.
I mean, they had more trees than
They had a real twisty.
rainforest.
We used to say you had to play the British ball, or else you wouldn't hit a fairway.
Okay. Keep it small.
Keep it small.
How
You
about
never
that?
hit the fairway at Ashburn.
Yeah, and now a whole generation or two generations of golfers in this era growing up don't even know what we're talking about.
No.
You know?
Oh, that's
Unless they
true
read
most of the time anyway.
myphillygolf.com, and thanks to Joe Bausch and Pete Trenum, right?
That's right.
But it's hard to believe in such a relatively short period of time. I wonder if we went, and you've been to the UK.
Sure.
Do they have a similar discussion about, oh, well, there used to be, and you know, it's not here anymore?
Not really. No. It's,
Those things last forever, right?
These modern developers are coming in there trying to ruin it, but those guys, history means a lot to the Scots and the Irish. They're not going to let them. They unfortunately got caught with Trump building a golf course, and they were upset about that because it's all modern. It's history, and golf is history. It's not.
So if Tom Morris came back today, a lot of the places where he used to play golf are still.
Yeah, Ashkenaz, you got.
And he's still looking for Bob Shepard. Where's Bobby Shepard? Yeah. Gentlemen, thank you as we pull the plug out on this segment of Inside Golf. Back with more coming up in just a moment.
Located in Blue Bell, just a short drive from Plymouth Meeting, Bluestone Country Club offers a setting that's close at hand but feels like a world away. Bluestone offers a championship caliber golf course, practice facilities including a large driving range, separate chipping and putting areas, and a staff of PGA professionals. At the Country House at Bluestone, you'll find excellent food, superb service, and an outstanding setting. Their expert staff will assist in planning your next event, whether it's a wedding or simply a luncheon, dinner, or cocktail party. Check out Bluestone's variety of membership options. Much more than a golf course, Bluestone is a community.
At Citadel, we're here, and here, and here. We're right around the corner. We're here for life's big moments, for that big step, and to make a difference. We're here and here. Whether you're managing money, purchasing a new home, or saving for that special moment, we are here for you. Citadel, banking with one focus, you.
Everyone is looking for something. Consistency, quality, peace of mind. Found. The Haverford Trust Company.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Our thanks to Lila Mackey and the Philadelphia section, PGA of America, for everything they do for PGA Hope. And a little reminder from our friends at Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Center. If you haven't already done so, take advantage of the great Cirque du Soleil show that continues rest of the summer in Oaks, Pennsylvania. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. We'll see you next time, next week, here on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company, quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.